All right. Hey guys, we're doing another betting with the boys. It's been a while since we did this, but we're doing it again. I'm here with Sam Kearns again. It's been a while since we had him on. We're going to be talking about this upcoming Knucklemania card.
Howard Davis and Joe Peg. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. Well, for that one, I don't really have a opinion on him per se, but I did put some money down on Howard Davis because he is the favorite to win this. The bet online has him at negative 325, which is a pretty fair favorability rating for someone to have, all things considered. So I'm going with Howard Davis on this one, even though this could go either way.
Does he remind you of Blueface?
Yeah, just a little bit.
He looks just like him.
Speaking of Blueface, when they're gonna ever have him back?
I wonder when they're gonna do. Well, actually, no, I don't wonder. But look at Joe Peg, dude. Look at that haircut.
They need to actually put Blueface in with actual bare knuckles if they ever bring him back.
Yes, that would be nice. I wish they would have done that.
So yeah, so for that one, I got Howard Davis. Who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Howard Davis. Honestly, yeah. He looks like he's gonna beat the tar out of Joe Peg. It might be an upset, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with the betting odds, bro. He looks like he's gonna get stomped. I'm sorry.
So for this next one, you got an opinion on Mario Vegas there? If I'm not mistaken, that's gonna be both of those guys' debuts because I don't recognize either one of them.
Oh yeah, me neither. Do you recognize now? Oh well, I guess before we move on, who do you think is going to win that one? I think it's going to be a tie.
I'm going to go with Sidin, or however you say that guy's name, Sidind. I guess I'm going with him because he has a mustache, and as we know, that the mustache is half the battle.
Sedino. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If you have facial hair,
if you don't know anything about the guy, just found the guy with the better mustache, and this guy has a mustache and the other guy doesn't. So.
All right. So far we're thinking. Oh, yeah. That did a little.
Howard Davis.
This guy.
Yeah, and
this guy.
Jos Dennis Sedeno or something. He must be from an Eastern European country.
When I click on that, is it doing a little glitchy thing?
No, it looks fine.
You don't see it? Okay.
Yeah, for this next one, I got Zion Tomlinson. We've seen him fight a few times. I don't know this other guy though, but I'm just going with Zion Tomlinson because I think that he's gonna have brought experience from bare knuckle, so that already gives you. Real quickly, guys, wanted to fill you guys in on something. I made a mistake in a video just filmed. I'm gonna edit this in, but with Joni Escoboza, he is actually undefeated in bare knuckle. I thought that he had just done other combat sports that I'd forgotten that he was in BYB, but I looked at his record again. He's undefeated in bare knuckle. I'm still giving it to Zion Tomlinson. Might be able to win this, and I've still got money on Zion Tomlinson. But just to clarify, this guy is not making any debut or anything in bare knuckle. This guy has bare knuckle experience, and this guy is not a guy to be messed with. So there's a reason that he's favored to win here. So like a bit of an edge.
Jomi Escobazo?
Yeah, Escobaza.
Jomi. Is that Jomi? Is that how you say it?
I'm going with Jomi or Homie.
It's hard to read it because I'm zoomed in on it.
If it's a Latin name, it could be Homie.
Homie?
Yeah. Homie Escobaza. That's my guess.
All right. I think his hair's going to get in the way because we've seen that happen multiple times.
But you normally tie it up or something. So that's not always a factor.
Yeah, but by round 2 or 3, it's kind of already coming out and it's kind of messing. I feel like that's a problem.
You're also thinking Zion Tomlinson.
I am, honestly. I'm surprised, honestly.
Yeah, I've got money on that fight. I've got let's see, $5 on that fight. He's actually the underdog for this fight, though.
Is he? How much?
I haven't looked at the plus 140, so it's not much.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Chevy Briggs. We've seen him fight before, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah, we have.
Versus Edgar Pelzad. I don't think I'm gonna give up. I give up on that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
His beard is wild though. Look at that. He looks like Blackbeard, man.
I know.
Looks like a
I'm
pirate.
going with Bridges on that one.
I've got to go with the pirate beard, man.
I mean, he does look scary. They both look scary, so I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
But I'll be honest, like this whole like other than Zion Tomlinson, like this whole bottom row, like they're not really like cemented in my memory as like people who stand out other than Zion Tomlinson.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll prove themselves as competent people in the ring here on that night on Knucklemania, but just as they are, they don't really stand out in the crowd to me. Not that there's anything wrong with them per se. It's just they're not cemented in my memory. But hey, maybe that's because I didn't do my homework.
Hey, me neither.
Yeah.
You do more homework than I do most of the time. I just do videos and dumb shit. Okay. I can't read the second guy's name on the next one up here. Oh, but I know Sawyer Depee.
Yeah, and that's Uli Diaz.
Yeah, Uli.
Yeah, Uli Diaz.
Okay, that's a U.
I think he's coming over from MMA. For that one,
I think we've seen some of that fight before, or have you seen it on Instagram before?
Yeah,
fighting? Because if I remember correctly, he's a monster.
Yeah, just so you guys know, this guy has the record for the fastest KO in BKFC history. So
he looks like a monster. I think he's gonna win. Just because, like, look at his face, dude. He looks like he's already killed a couple people and he's ready to kill some more.
Yeah, I think you're right. So yeah, I'm going with Diaz for that one.
I am too. That guy. I think
weigh-ins are Friday, so that's 2 days from when we're recording this. So
yeah.
Hey, honestly, our predictions could change from the weigh-in. So this is nothing solid. This is just like bets I've thrown down mostly. So you guys are wondering how I'm betting, how I'm gambling. This is the video for you.
And it can change. Make your
decision on this beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to the next one, we got Jake Bostwick and Francesco Ricci. But Jake Bostwick versus Francesco Ricci. Actually, Jake Bostwick lost his last fight, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't seem as fluid with his punches. He looked like he had a fuck ton of power, though. I remember. I think originally I thought he was going to win.
Yeah, I think you had him.
I really felt like it. Yeah.
Fight. But now moving on to this other one. It's the first female fight of the night. I'm
so you're thinking Ricci? Hold on.
Yeah. I said Ricci. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
it's doing a lag again.
First female fight of the night, I wanted to go with Jawed Miss on Wong just because of the beating she gave Crystal Pittman last time. I to be fair though, I don't know this Christine Vicens girl, but I do know what Wong is capable of, and she defied a lot of expectations. So if she brings that same energy to this next fight, I think that she can probably get another one down on her record. But hey, maybe this girl that I don't know about is gonna pull an upset. But I do have like actual money on Wong here, so let's see. I put $20 down on her, and she's rated at -240 for this one, so she is favored to win this by a considerable amount. So I think it's probably going to be a safe bet.
All right, yeah, I think Mason Wong's going to win. I mean, you like you said that she did it. She put a beating on Christine Ferrea, right?
Crystal Pittman.
Pittman.
Ferrea's only been beaten by Helen Peralta.
Yeah, that was kind of silly. I was looking right at her before. Okay, that was pretty easy, honestly. But I'm excited to see how this Christine, however you said her last name, how she performs.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say her name either. We'll see how
I'm excited. Does it. Yeah, I wonder what the height difference is because she looks like she might be taller. I know these photos are lined up pretty well, but could be. All right, next one. Crazy enough, Stephen Tomahawk Townsend. He's from BYB, right? We saw him fight.
Yeah.
He lost the BYB fight, but that's different. That's a whole nother game over there.
Yeah, we'll
see how he performs here versus Gustavo Trullio.
Yeah, I think the squared circle offers him different different options where you can,
you think it has,
you can kind of escape. You won't get stuck in a corner as easily. So
he's a big dude. He is a big dude too. Guy's huge.
Hopefully he learned his lesson in BYB. We'll see how he does here. So I'm picking him actually.
You think Towns is going to win?
I'm going to go with it. Do I know he's going to win? No, but that's my pick.
I would put money on him just because he's just an awesome dude. He's a nice guy. And because I haven't met Gustavo Trullio in person or seen him. But yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome. Okay. Big guns right here. Big guns.
Yeah. This is the fight.
Britton Hart versus Christine
This
Ferrea.
is the fight I put the most freaking money down on. This is the fight that I'm fairly confident I know who the winner is going to be. Okay. So this girl, this is a rematch fight. They've already fought before.
Ben? Who do you think's going to win?
If you've been
following Ben's social media, you will know right off the bat.
Yeah, if you follow my social media, and if you follow, even if you just casually follow our channel, you probably know who my pick for this is. It is Christine Ferrea. Christine Ferrea is, as I've said before, she's the fiercest girl in BKFC right now. She's only been defeated by one girl, and that girl isn't even fighting in BKFC anymore. There is no one else in the division that I think can beat her right now. Not that anyone stays on the throne forever, but this fight night that's coming up is not going to be the night she gets dethroned by Britton Hart. Britton Hart's already been defeated by her before. Britton Hart was, almost lost her eye to her last fight. And if you saw the promotional video they did where they interviewed both of them, you can see that Christine Ferrea is really paying attention to the way that Britton Hart fights. She's been studying her footage. She's 100% right about the way Hart fights. Hart fights, she puts everything into it. I keep calling her Hart, but right now she is technically married to Joey Beltran, and her last name is Beltran. So I apologize. No offense to the Britton fans and everyone. I myself was a Britton Hart fan, but in
not anymore.
Recent things that have been going on, I'm not as big of a Hart fan as I used to be. Let's just put it that way. I like watching her fight. Every time she steps in the ring, I'm excited to see it. But I would consider myself a much bigger fan of Ferrea at the moment. I think Ferrea is going to destroy her. Now, do I think Ferrea is going to knock her out? That's another question to ask. I don't know. I know that Ferrea is aiming for a knockout. But hey, almost everyone says they're aiming to knock people out, but you don't see knockouts as often in these lighter weight divisions, and even less often in female fights. It happens, but it's less common. More often than not, you'll see medical stoppages. And I think what is probably going to happen is Christine Ferrea is going to win this by a medical stoppage. Now, the only way I can see Britton winning this is possibly some like dirty tactics. So if you watched her last few fights, you'll notice that the ref seems to, or at least the refs she's had the last two fights, it seems a little more in favor of her. She would get away with things that her opponents were not getting away with. So that happened in Miami. This event is happening in Hollywood, Florida, which is just like maybe an hour drive from Miami. I have a feeling it's probably going to be the same judges. So I don't know if there's going to be some kind of bias there or not. But if you saw, if you've heard our thoughts on the Pearl Gonzalez versus Britton Hart fight, you know that we both think that one was pretty sus. And so she could win if this goes to the judges. That might happen, but
if it's close originally, though.
I'm so confident that Ferrea is going to win this. I put a good bit of money on this fight. I put $100 on this fight. So that's the most I've ever put on any of these BKFC fights. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that Ferrea is going to win this.
Oh yeah. Same here. I don't have any words after that you've hit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. We got Chad Mendez versus Famez. So this is a big name. This is like a really big deal. This is probably the biggest deal since and by deal I mean business deal. This is the biggest business deal that they've had since Paige Van Zandt joined them, I believe. So Chad Mendez has been on Joe Rogan's podcast, and that's where he actually made his announcement that he's going to do BKFC. So that was a really big deal for the whole company. But part of the problem with this deal that I'm predicting will cause an upset, I'm thinking from an interview I saw with Chad Mendez, I'm thinking that he's just here to collect a paycheck. I don't think he wants to stick with this sport.
I saw that too.
I
saw
don't
that
think
on social
he
media.
is. I don't think he wants to. I don't know if he wants to take it seriously. Maybe he does, but it seems like, at least the way that this video made him seem from this interview he did, seems like he doesn't really care if he wins or loses because he collects a massive freaking paycheck. And this paycheck is so massive, in fact, that it just seems like it might have made him sort of not give a fuck. So I actually put a little bit of money on Famez. I'm thinking maybe something similar to what happened with Van Zandt versus Rachel Ostovich. I think this is going to be something like that, where there's like this big upset where no one was expecting it. I think that Famez, even though he's a massive underdog here,
I actually don't have a dog in this fight because I don't know. I don't remember seeing these guys fight. I haven't looked into any of it. Just seeing what I've seen on social media about people kind of getting a little annoyed about that paycheck collecting. Yeah. Because I did see that. Yeah.
Well, I don't see the odds here, but last I checked, I remember them being like ridiculously in favor of Chad Mendez. But yeah, he's favored to win. I have Famez winning this. So,
but you're feeling that Famez is going to win?
Yes. All right,
we got leg shit's not going
Mike Perry versus Julian Lane.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be fucking hilarious.
That one will be a fun fight to see. These guys are like brutes, but they're like fun to watch. They're really strong. Hey, don't circle that because I got Mike Perry picked.
Do you really?
Yeah, I picked Mike Perry.
No, hell no. I mean, he might
Mike
win,
Perry is favored to win. He's negative 400.
Going...
He's heavily favored to win this.
I know, but it'd be awesome if Julian won. I think he will, honestly. Man. Really?
I really don't think it's gonna happen. Nah, man, I'm with the odds on this one. I think
it's gonna go to the cards or to the judges, to the scorecards.
No, I think it's gonna be a knockout. It's gonna be a knockout or a medical stoppage. That's my call.
I hope the hell. Well, okay. I hope Perry gets his ass beat then by Julian Lane. That'd be.
Hey, it could go either way. Either one of them could do it, but my money's on Perry winning this.
Yeah. Well, what is this odds again? You said 400?
Yeah, negative 400.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's.
So if you bet $4, you would win $1.
How much did you bet? $4.
I didn't bet too much on this fight. Let's see.
14.
Yeah, I bet $4, so I would just win it.
Nice. Yeah. Outstanding. I don't know how good of an investment that is, though. I think that's going to be an upset.
All my money's on Christine Ferrea, man.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. Okay. We're going to mosey on over to the main event.
The last fight. I mean, I'll be honest. This one's not like, I'm not super hyped for this fight. I actually think Palomino's going to win this, and they have him favored to win this, but I did not even put any money on this fight because, I don't like this guy. I hate Luis Palomino. Anyone that watches me knows this. If you watch our channel, you know why I hate him, but I'll just say it. I think that he bribed the judges at the downwind fight. So, I don't think he. Almost everyone that saw that fight will tell you that there's no way in fucking hell that he won that. So, but it would be nice if Martin beat him. But I honestly think Lewis will win this. He could win this by knockout, or he could win this by medical stoppage. But I don't think it's going to go all the way. I think, unfortunately for Martin Brown, I'm expecting him to probably lose. But I hope he wins. I really hope he wins because that made me happy to see Lewis lose. But
I think if you won, it would be by a knockout, like just a surprise knockout.
Maybe.
Or is it, you think it's going to go to the cards?
I've seen people who they had like 10-1 odds and they still beat their opponents. So stuff like that happens.
I think Martin's going to win. I don't have a really good reason why.
Let's put it this way. I hope Martin wins, but I think Palomino's going to win.
I don't have a good reason why, but I feel like he might win. I think it might be a. All right. Might be a fun little.
That was our
What are the
second
odds
betting
on
with
that
the
one? Did you
boys.
see the odds on that one?
I don't have them pulled up.
Okay, that's fine.
Unfortunately.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
No problem.
But
Thank you for joining us, guys.
yeah, hope you guys like this.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see
Have
you
a
guys
fantastic
soon.
one. We'll see you guys in the next one.